Janet. Try it like it created. And I was just in the process of doing some die cutting from some scrap cardstock that I had, and I like to die cut out words and store them. And white is one of my favorite things to die cut out because I can use ink later on to make it whatever color I want. So whenever I have white cardstock left over, I do some die cutting from it so that I can use it in the future. And I thought, well, what if I embossed it? So I've got some embossing ink here, and I'm going to smush it onto that word, and hopefully, I don't know how much coverage of ink I'm getting on there, but I want to make sure I get a good amount. I can see it on this piece, so I'm assuming I have good coverage now. And so I'm going to set that aside and take the scrap piece away here. And then I'm using some Dragonberry from Emerald Creek. And I thought, let's take this love word and make it a pink and emboss. Now, a lot of times I will use packing tape to make glossy words, or even using duct tape over cardstock, and then you get the color of the duct tape. But I wanted to see what happens if we emboss. So you're coming along with me for this experiment, and I'm going to lightly lift this up. Hopefully we've got enough coverage there, and if not, we can always do it again. So I'm trying to decide what's the best way to pick this up and maybe move it off. Okay, so I can see it's not sticking all that well, so let's dip it in again and see if I can get a little bit better coverage there. Oh, not great coverage, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and heat it, and then I will go in and apply it again. So I'm going to hold this down in place. All right. So that's our one layer. Let's see if I can get it to focus for you. That is our one layer, and I really like the look. I actually like the speckledness of it too, but for the purpose of this, I want to be able to emboss the whole thing. So I think if you were to emboss it first and then die cut it, I'm afraid that the embossing would crack. So I'm hoping that this works better, and we'll have to give it a go and see if I can get more powder to stick. Okay, so I did get some more. Probably not enough yet. Now, while it's hot, if you put it back in, you can get more coverage that way. Okay, so let's see how much. We're going to get this to be looking like enamel, I think. Let's see, did I get more on there? Okay, don't think so. I want to fix that L. So I'm going to coat it one more time here. Really hopeful to get that coverage. I think we're going to be good this time. so there we are. That is our embossed die cut word. Look how pretty that is. That is very unique and not like something that you would get with ink or with packing tape over the top. So yeah, I like that technique, and I'm gonna have to use that one again. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use white on white. So I have the word hello here. I have iridescent shimmer, and I'm going to use this clear embossing ink. And this comes from Emerald Creek. Now you could dip a paintbrush in here. I'm going to try to apply it with just the eyedropper, and hopefully it's not too much. And I think I could go in here and spread it with my finger as well. But I basically want to get coverage on here so that I can get embossing powder to stick. And I think this is going to give me a better coverage than just doing a stamp pad. Now Ripple does like a wavy look to it, and I'm not so necessarily concerned for that here as I am for just getting the embossing powder to stick. All right, so I'm going to generously cover it. And go in there and grab it out. Set it off to the side here. Look at that shimmer, it's so nice. All right, and then let's see if we can heat it. All right, so I can see here that there's a few spots that I missed with the liquid. So I'm going to go in and touch those up. I think maybe if I just push it into the liquid that's left. Let's take a look and see if that got any coverage on there. So I'm really looking at the top of the L and the top of the H here. I think we're good. So while it's hot, if you dip it in again, you're going to get more coverage. And that will give it a thicker coating. All right, so that started to burn. So I'm going to see if I can save it by putting another another layer of embossing over it. I don't know